Good? All right, here we go. All right, Dangleberry fans, here we go. Rematch between the Flowmingos and the Dangleberries. 7-0 yesterday, we took these guys out, so I have a feeling they're going to show up today with a little bit more fire in their bellies. Looks like we got Pecor, Farley, and Miller to start on forwards with Forcia and Schmidt as your D pair. Dangleberries recover, coming through neutral. They throw it in deep for a dump and chase. Pecor's giving chase. Flow's going to throw that around the side, and they're going to try to break out. That's picked off by Pecor, who's going to come back into the offensive zone. He collides with one of the Flow players and can't quite make that pass, so here we go, back the other way. The Flowmingos playing really close to our net down low, but now we're able to clear with Meyer skating up through neutral. He enters the offensive zone, fires it on net, but that's blocked. Meyer fires it around the far side for Dushinsky. Dushinsky gets fouled up in the play, and here come the Flowmingos back to neutral. Stopped by, oh boy, high blocker shot saved by Ryan. I'm having a hard time here following this game for Eden. But Flowmingos get a quick shot right away. Number 33, he's got a cannon. And so I think that was their game plan right out of the gate, is to try to get a goal first. So I think the Dangleberries are going to have to make sure that that kid does not get a shot from the point. It's time to wake up here. Face-off won by Flowmingos. Up through neutral. They come into the offensive zone. Now, Dangleberry's trying to break it out over to Brott. Played off the wall. Brott's going to play it out. And that goes out of play, and we'll get a face-off on the far side dot. So here we go, Maverick White, Joey Todd, Braden Christensen with Forcia and Schmidt. Played into the Flowmingo offensive zone, or defensive zone rather. And now Flowmingos gets behind us. Great play by Schmidt to come back and back check and break up that shot. Now up through neutral for White. White picks it up, carries it into the zone. Battle along the far wall. Christensen digging for the puck. He comes out with it, skates it into the corner. He's going to throw it on net. And a nice save by the Flowmingo goalie. And I think the Berries are waking up at this point now. I think these kids have been a little asleep. They had an early morning game, big heavy lunch over at Bricks, and now it's time to wake up a little bit here. Face-off won by Flowmingos, but then quickly Farley comes in and tries to get a shot. Rung around the sidewall, and now Flowmingos are going to come back to neutral. Played into the corner by Schmidt, and now behind the net. Farley's battling for that puck along the wall. He's going to win that battle. Here he comes out along the far side wall. Good back check by the Flowmingos player. Farley battling his way into the far corner. He's looking for somebody. He tries to wrap around goal, and that pops out right in the slot, but nobody there to grab it. The Flowmingos come back the other way through neutral. Batted up by Smith, or Norberg rather. And now here we go. Norberg will recover behind the Dangleberry net. And he's going to skate it up. Norberg with speed. Norberg going to the net, so looks for Pecor. Pecor just can't get there. Pecor plays it in the near corner. He's looking out front. He's going to try to play that out high, but that's intercepted. And the Flamingos clear. Kruger will be back to retrieve, but it's going to go for an icing, so we'll get a face-off in the offensive zone here. So I predict these guys are going to come to play today. I don't think they're going to want to take a 7-rip loss like they did yesterday. Here we go, quick face-off won by Dangleberries. Shot by Brott. Quick shot by Meyer, but that goes just wide of the net. Flamingo's going to retrieve it, and they're going to break it out. Missed pass. Kruger will retrieve that, and he'll send it up to Brott. A little bit of bunching up here by the Dangleberries, so we're going to have to spread out and talk a little bit more. And here we go, Forcia. Forcia will play that up the wall to Meyer and out through neutral. And Flamingos will recover and try to regroup. And now Flamingos get his own entry, but just can't quite hang on to it. And Schmidt will go back to retrieve into the far corner. Loses his footing just a little bit. Forcia will play that behind the net. He's going to skate that up. Forcia up through neutral, up through the near wall. And Flamingos end up coming away with that, but then now played back into Schmidt's stick. Schmidt's going to skate up through neutral, up on the far side. Schmidt, zone entry, gets to the middle, makes a nice shot on net, rebound, nobody home. Schmidt will come back into the high offensive zone. He's going to look around for a shot. He's going to put it on net. Todd, with an opportunity, just can't quite hang on to it and misses a chance to get a shot on net. And now Kruger will enter the zone again with a nice toe drag. Nice shot on net. Again, a nice rebound and nobody home to push it in. Todd will pick that up in the far corner. Battling along, now back behind the net. Christensen throws it out front, nobody home. White with a shot. Now Christensen out front, and the Flamingos goalie will cover that up. We'll get a whistle. So a little bit of action now by the Berries team. White to take the face-off. Face-off won by Flamingos, but White's on it first. White looking to go high. He does. Up to Norberg. Norberg sends it up on net and almost in, but blocked by the goalie. Christensen pursuing. Flamingos will just clear that back into the hands of the Berries. Nice center ice regroup from White. Kruger enters the zone. He's going to try to go to the net. He does, but just can't quite hang on to it. And now Christensen will pick that up in the near corner. Makes a nice little step around that kid. Throws it on the net, but that's blocked by a Flamingos player. Flamingos attempting to clear right up to Kruger. Kruger sends it back in deep, and White will be fair first. Norberg gets it, keeps it in. Good job, good job. Soren looking for somebody. Sees Christensen, just can't quite get his stick on it. Move your feet, kid, move your feet. Now Flamingos have one player cheating high in the neutral zone. They get it. That's picked off by the Berries player, and then Forcia back to, oh boy. A little bit of hot potato there with the puck. Thankfully Ryan was able to cover that. Right now, we're down by 1 to this Flamingos team. Out to the high D. Miller right there to get it, but can't quite hang on to it. Flamingos high D has it. Blocked by Pecor. Good job, Pecor, for blocking the shot. We had a lot of talks about that. Forcia to Pecor. Pecor makes a nice move around, and he's going to be off through neutral. Here goes Pecor with one in pursuit. Nice little slash here. And fans here want to call. I would have to agree. That was absolutely a hooking, if not a holding call. Pecor's not going to like that. Referees looks like afraid to blow the whistle. It's a good thing I'm on the game call. Otherwise, I'd be screaming. So we're going to get a line change here. Some fresh legs out there. Dushinsky to take the face-off. Miller battling in the near corner here. I'm sorry, that's Meyer. Meyer comes out with it. He sends it up high. Schmidt's going to pick that up. Schmidt's going to dump it down in deep back for Meyer. Meyer tries to throw it out front, but can't quite get it there. Brat will retrieve in the far corner. Brat throws it back behind the net for Dushinsky. Dushinsky is trying to look. He's trying to see somebody help. Nobody there. All three players below the goal line. Come on, Colin. Do something with it, kid. Out to Dushinsky. Meyer with a big slapper. Can't quite put it home. Flowmingos try to clear it, but that's intercepted by Schmidt, who puts a nice shot on net. So some good opportunities by the Barry team. And we'll get a line change. Todd, White, and Christensen with Kruger and Norberg as your point. Face-off won by Flowmingos, but blocked by Kruger, but nobody there to pick it up for the Berries. Flowmingos will dump it in deep, and we'll have a chase. They throw it out front, but that's intercepted by Norberg. Here comes Norberg up through middle ice. He gets taken out. No call. Looks like we're getting calls both ways, so we'll take that. Here comes Kruger. Kruger gets into the zone. He's going to hit wide into this near corner. He throws it out front. That goes behind the net for White. White picks it up in the near corner. He's looking around for options. White throws it out front, throws it on net. There it is. There it is. Oh, just high. Can't quite bury it. Now the Flowmingos are coming back out through neutral. That's intercepted by Christensen. Christensen throws it up to White. White gets the zone entry, and then White pushed down from behind. That's covered by the Flowmingo goalie. Pecor, Farley, and Miller. Farley wins the faceoff, throws it out front, nobody there. Forcia to retrieve, just can't quite get it there. So we'll have a neutral zone regroup here. Forcia over to Schmidt. Schmidt battles his way through. Looking for somebody out front. Get your stick down, Pecor. And now that comes back out for the Flowmingos. Here comes Schmidt on a nice back check. Broken up by Forcia. Now Pecor gets it. Can't quite get there. Get your stick there, kid. And Flowmingos will dump it down in deep. They try to center it out front, but that gets broken up. Pecor is going to smartly throw that out. Miller almost picked that off. And here we go. Schmidt to carry it into the near side neutral zone here. He's going to try to end it up, throw it in deep. In the feet, Pecor is going to almost pick that off. And the Flowmingos clear that out in the neutral zone. Forcia will come back to regroup here. Over to Schmidt. Schmidt up to Farley. Farley comes in, gets a shot on net, just high. And now Flowmingos will clear it with Meyer and Kruger back. Meyer there to play D. Good job, kid. Meyer coming through neutral with speed. He gets around. Tries to throw it out front, just can't quite get enough on it. But another good opportunity for the Berries. I think this Berries team is awake now. Here we go. Dushinsky, Meyer, and Brat. Kruger and Norberg at D. Kruger steps up. Oh, just couldn't quite handle it. Lost it off of the top of his stick. But getting checked from behind. The referee is clearly not thinking that's a roughing call, at the very least, checking from behind. So Barry's looking a little bit gun shy to go in the corner after it, which Flowmingo team just looks like they're going to ice it. And they'll have an icing call here. So we'll have an offensive zone face-off with White, Todd, and Christensen. Forcia and Schmidt at D. It's a draw on a face-off there. Flowmingos try to clear it, but that's intercepted by Schmidt, and now Braden will go back in to retrieve in the far corner. He looks around, he tries to center it out front, doesn't quite get there, and now Flowmingos will try to clear that. Forcia there, looks back, good effort there, good effort, and Schmidt will come back through center with speed. He carries it wide, he's looking for somebody at home, and now we got a tripping call, and the Dangleberries will go on a power play here. And we're going to have Miller, Pecor, and Farley with Norberg and Kruger.
Bury it, berries!
I like that. Bury it, berries. Face off won by the Berries. Farley there to retrieve in the corner. Pecor picks it up out high, makes a nice move around this full kid. Another nice move. Keep with it, stay with it, kid, stay with it. Out front. Oh my goodness! A great opportunity. Farley just sends it high over the net, but what a great pass, great look. Now here comes Kruger. Kruger comes into the zone, followed by Pecor. Throw it on net. Keep your stick down. Barry's trying to play with it down low, trying to make something happen here. Pecor battles it in. And here we go. Barry's on the board. That was a hard-fought battle, and finally got her in.
Connor!
So here we go on the board. That'll fire him up. This Dangleberries team is significantly undersized compared to this team from North Dakota. And these kids are playing hard with no fear, going into every corner, which is how we teach them. I should say we, Coach Jake and Farley and Dushinsky and Norberg. I'll pretend I'm part of that group here. Here we go, Dushinsky with a nice rip on net, but gloved down by the goalie. So starting to take control of this game a little bit now, which I like to see. Face-off won by the Berries. Played up the half wall, but Forcia keeps that in and throws it back down in deep for Meyer. Meyer taking his time. And referee called a penalty here on, oh, okay, looks like we're going to get coincidental roughing calls on Brat and the Berries number, or the Flowmingos number 11. Brat not putting up with any of that nonsense in front of the net. So we'll play 5-on-5. Dushinsky to take the face off. Over to White. Can't quite get a stick on it, but that's kept in. Come on, kids. Forcia picks it up, but can't quite keep it on it, and the Flowmingos will throw that deep into the Berry zone, and we'll have to come back out now. Kruger makes a nice move around the first player. Schmitty again. Now, here comes White. Pushes it through. Now, one-on-one here with the Flowmingos player. White plays it out high. Good opportunity for a one-timer over to his partner there. Uh-oh. Just a botched defensive play at the blue line turns into a goal for the Flowmingos. That happens. I know Forcia was intending to get that over to Schmidt. That's okay. So we'll regroup here and we'll get back at it. The instinct was right. I mean, he felt that pressure and he was trying to go over to Schmidt quickly. Just didn't get all of it, so it ended up ricocheting, getting on the stick of the Flowmingos player, but we'll get back at it. White down in deep first with Todd applying pressure. White picks up the puck in a high circle. And Flowmingos will just clear that back to Norberg. Norberg's going to clear that back down in deep, but that's intercepted by Flowmingos, who throw it up high to the near wall. But Kruger will pick that up, and he'll clear that out. And now Todd's got it on his stick. Todd skating up through neutral. Maybe a little deception here by Joey Todd. He gets it in deep, but I think we want a tripping call there, but not going to get it. So White will pick it up back in neutral. We'll regroup. And here we go. White again, back to Norberg. Norberg throws it up to Todd. Todd does a one-on-one situation here. Just get a shot, kid. Todd with a nice shot on net. Glove down by the goalie, and we'll get a line change. I think those guys were tired. Face-off won by the Dangleberries. And Flowmingos will actually pick it up and come back. And they're letting these guys get behind us.
Didn't touch it.
So now we need to make sure that the defense have our heads on a swivel just to make sure we're not letting these players behind us. Now, here comes Farley. Farley with a nice move. Farley gains the zone. He's going to get around. He's going to make a nice opportunity. Pico just can't quite get a stick on it. And that's the end of the period. Dangleberry's down 2-1. This is a much better game than yesterday for the Flowmingos. I think Farley took a good hack on that last play. He's holding his arm there. So he'll go get looked at by Dad. Make sure nothing's broken. All right, here we go. Brott, Dushinsky, and Meyer with Norberg and Kruger. Here we go. Flowmingos win that face-off. They try to push it up through center, but Norberg's there to stop that. And we dump it in deep and get an offsides call. All right, here we go, Jays. Here we go. Brott over to Meyer. Meyer's just going to dump that down into the far corner, and we'll pursue. Let's get on that puck, kids. Let's get on that puck. That pops out for Dushinsky. Dushinsky up to Meyer, who can't quite get us all of it. Kruger's going to take a shot from the point. That doesn't quite get there. Goes wide. Brought back behind the net for Dushinsky. Dushinsky giving pressure. Now over to Meyer on the far half wall. Thrown back down in deep by Kruger for Dushinsky. Flowmingos just kind of throwing it around, so we should be able to step in and make a play on these kids, but we'll end up going offsides here, and we'll get a line change. Need a little bit more pressure from our F1, kind of letting them get to that puck first. We need to apply that pressure right away. So White to take the face off with Todd and Christensen. Forcia and Schmidt back at D. White picks it up. We're going to regroup in neutral for Schmidt. Schmidt back over to Forcia. Forcia throws that up for White. White picks it up, and he's going to enter the zone on the wide half wall. Makes a nice move to the middle, and now played behind the net. White looking around for options. Throws right out in front, not quite there. Come on, Todd, pick it up, pick it up. Back down in deep for Christensen. Christensen will play. Lost that battle behind the net, and now Flowmingos will come out for neutral on a 3-2 rush. Broken up. And here comes White back the other way. White gets Christensen. Nice sauce pass for Braden. And now we'll go and pursue. Throwing up the wall. Here comes White around the top of the circle. White looking around, just trying to look for somebody to pass it to. He's got Schmidt up high. Nice pass to Schmitty. Schmitty puts a nice shot on net, and that's deflected wide. Miller will play that out of the far corner. Miller tries to make a move, but gets his pocket picked, and the Flowmingos will just ice that, or at least clear it, not quite an icing. And here comes Schmitty back the other way, up to Forcia. Forcia can't quite wrangle it, and he's going to pursue into the far end. Forcia still battling for it, thrown out to the middle. And now here comes Schmidt on a brace with big number 33. Schmitty comes around behind her own net. He throws it up the half wall. Farley will pick that up and come through neutral with Pecor. Farley looking to make a move, goes wide, throws it out front, but can't quite play it. Another shot back towards the net. Farley looking around for options, throws it into the corner. Pecor tries to apply pressure, but they throw it up the wall. And now here comes the Flowmingos back to the neutral. Number 33 makes a move around Schmidt. Kruger tries to make a shot on our goalie, but misses the net there. And here comes Kruger up through neutral. 1-0. Making a nice move to the middle. Kruger, nice shot, rebound. And here comes Farley. Battle all three of our players behind the net. Gotta get there, gotta get there. Played into the corner for Pecor. Pecor will play that out. Just throws it, nobody home. Take a look around, kid. Don't just throw it away.
Touched it. They touched it.
I think this Barry's team is looking pretty tired. This is their 5th game of the weekend. Not quite as much pop as there was on Friday afternoon. Face-offs won by Flowmingos, but Barry's there to collect. Now battling along the far wall. Poked away by Forcia. Forcia is going to try to carry it in wide. Forcia with a shot on net. Bounced by the goalie and just barely caught. So some good shot opportunities for the Berries. We just have to start getting there a little faster and get on those rebounds right away. Face-off won by the Berries. Thrown back in for Duszynski. Duszynski with a shot on net. Nobody there. Meyer with a shot on net. Meyer to Duszynski. Duszynski tries to backhand it. Can't quite get all of it. Looks like we're just kind of slapping at it. These forwards look really tired to me. Real tired. Here comes Forcia, who gets body checked. No call on that. Flowmingos just try to throw it out front, and I have a feeling our kids are real tired here. I know I've said that a couple times, but it looks like they're having a hard time playing D. Meyer with a shot on net. He goes wide. Here comes Kruger battling down into the corner, and Meyer will pursue as F1. We could really use a second guy down here. There we go. Here comes White. Norberg throws it back down in deep for Todd. Todd gets pinned up against the boards. And now here comes Meyer. Meyer picks it up. Meyer's going to shoot it on net. That's blocked. Joey Todd is tripped, and we'll get a penalty call on that, and we'll go on the power play. Coach is making a decision here on what they want to do. Looks like they're going to send Christensen out. We'll keep this line out. give them an opportunity to put some points on the board here. Let's drop the puck already. I'm not sure what we're doing here. Face off won by Berries. Todd battles for it. Flowmingos try to clear it, but Berries just throw it in deep, and now Christensen will come down to retrieve. He'll throw it back towards the net, but that goes behind, and now Joey Todd will get into the corner after it. So some aggressive play out high by the Flowmingos, and they're able to clear it. And here we go. Here comes White. White will smartly play that back to Kruger. Now here comes Kruger up through neutral. Kruger right up Main Street. Puts a nice shot on net, and that's gloved by the goalie, and we'll get a line change. We'll have Miller, Pecor, and Farley, and Forcia and Schmidt. Face off, won by Berries. Pecor picks it up in the near corner. Pecor gets tripped again. No call. This is one of the worst called games I've ever been a part of. That's been the story this whole weekend. I'm not trying to complain, but it's pretty obvious.
Yes, it is.
So here we go. Around the near wall for Farley. Farley will pick that up and carry it into neutral. Here goes Jackson. Jackson looking to go wide. Jackson tries to throw it out front and gets taken out. And the Flowmingos will try to clear that, and they do, so we'll tag up. Here we go. Schmitty back in wide, throws it into the middle. Pecor with a nice one-time opportunity, but just can't quite connect on it. And then the Flowmingos will come back the other way, and they'll just throw it into the near corner and go chase. Come on, kids, you got to get after it. Pecor tries to block it, turns his body, usually not the best option. Pecor stays out high smartly, like I've been telling him to do. And here we go. And Flowmingos just kind of having their way right now with us, even though they're on the penalty kill. Pecor pursues. Pecor just launches it up the net and almost puts it in. Pecor needs to get off the ice. He is wiped out tired. And Flowmingos will ice that puck, and we'll get a line change.
Pipe.
It doesn't matter how it goes in. We'll take it. Here we go. We'll have Brott, Dushinsky, and Meyer, Norberg, and Kruger. Face-off won by the Berries. Dushinsky is fighting for it. Carried away by the Flowmingos into the far corner. They'll clear it out up to their big number 33, but no icing. And here comes Norberg back to retrieve. Norberg around to Brott. Brott looking around. Brott's going to send it up for Dushinsky. Dushinsky will pick that up off the half wall, and here we go. Dushinsky, near wall, gets it taken off his stick. Brott there to retrieve, and now here we go. Meyer back in. Meyer makes a move. Meyer gets in a shot here. Hits the pipe. And now Flowmingos clear it up the near wall, and they carry it out. We got to step up on this guy. Here we go. They are able to pick that off of his stick and clear up the wall to the point. And Norberg into the near corner to fight for it. Now, no winger out high. Come on, Colin. There we go. Bounces off Dushinsky's glove. Meyer and goes to pursue, and now Kruger will pick that up from behind our own net and try to carry it out. Getting pressured the whole way, but he does make his way through. Kruger around wide. Kruger, another move. Looks like we're on a line change. He's going to get around for a wraparound opportunity. And a little bit of digging at the goalie afterwards results with some pushing. So a little fire in the belly here. I like it. We'll take it. Let them know we mean business. Yeah. White, Todd, and Christensen with Schmidt and Forcia. Face off won by Berries, but can't quite get our stick on it. We gotta disconnect and start looking for the puck. You can't just tie your guy up the whole time. Schmidt back into the near corner to pick it up. And he's going to play that from behind the net. Up to Todd. Todd off his stick and can't quite handle it, so back down into the far corner for Schmidt. Schmidt's going to ring it around for Christensen. Christensen will try to get there, and looks like he can't quite make it, so Flowmingos will end up throwing that back down in deep. So I think that's going to be their game here, is just dump and chase, try to tire us out. So here comes White up through the middle. White gets it poked off of his stick, and now Schmidt will come back through the middle, through the slot here, and then try to carry it out, and he does. Schmidt up through center, and try to make a move and shoot, blocked by the Flamingo defenseman. Schmidt keeps it in. Schmidt over to Todd, in Todd's feet. Todd can't quite hang on to it. Over to White. White's going to play that down into the far corner for Christensen. Christensen makes a nice move out front. Tries to center it, but that's broken up. Just calm down, Braden. Take your time. Here goes Forcia. Forcia with a shot, net tipped in, but doesn't go. Goes wide of the net. Now White to retrieve in the near corner. White makes a nice reverse move. White with another move, throws it out high for Norberg. Norberg throws it back down in deep for White. White makes another reverse move. White coming into the middle, gets it poked off his stick. And here comes Pecor. Pecor, White. Miller with the opportunity. Oh! Finally. A lot of work for that goal. And the Berries back on the board, tie it up 2-2. Face off won by the Berries. Farley to carry it in wide. Farley cuts to the middle. Farley's going to try to get a shot here, but that's poked off of his stick. Thrown behind the net. Now Miller will go to retrieve. Pecor picks it up out high. Makes a nice move, but loses his footing. Here goes Miller. Miller's going to throw it out front. Doesn't quite make it there. Blocked by a Flamingo player. And they're going to come out. They center it. But that can't hang on to that and back up through neutral. Farley makes a play in the near wall in the neutral zone. Pecor and Farley battling. Farley comes away with it. Now here goes Pecor and Farley. Farley carries wide into the offensive zone. Farley throws it out front. Nobody there, and rebound covered by the goalie.
You go till the whistle blows. Calm down.
Dushinsky, Brott, and Meyer played into the far corner for Meyer. Meyer tries to make a move, battling for it, get pushed down from behind. Dushinsky battling for it, but the Flamingos are able to carry it away. Brott can't quite hand on to it, and now Flamingos will pick it up and carry it into the middle. Broken up by Forcia. And blocked by Ryan, another block by Ryan, and Schmidt will pick that up. Schmidt sends it up the wall, but can't quite clear it, and then the Flamingos will push it down, and that'll get covered by Ryan. A little bit of frustrations out in front of the net there. Face off won by the Berries. Schmidt plays it up to Meyer. Meyer tries to throw it out, and he does. Now we got a one-on-one here. Meyer's pretty quick. He's going to go around this kid, fires it high, and gets it. Berries go up. 3-2. Nice breakaway for Will Meyer. Nice low shot. Get the goalie moving across the crease. Doesn't have to be fancy. I think coaches are telling them that when you put it on net, good things happen. Here we go. White, Todd, and Christensen. Face-off won by the Berries. Norberg up to Christensen. Played back into neutral by Flowmingos. Flowmingos will throw that down into the far half wall, and Cougar's there to retrieve. Cougar up to Todd. Todd makes a slick little move. It gets tripped. White picks that up, carries it in, makes a nice shot on net, and gloved down by the goalie. So the Berries hanging in there. Just got to keep sharing that puck and talking to each other, and they can get this game no problem. Flowmingos carry it out. Looking for number 33, who's way off sides. Blow the whistle. So it really frustrates me that the referee had his hand up to his face like he was going to blow it, and he didn't blow it, even though they were off sides by a mile. We'll get a line change. Farley, Miller, and Pecor. Pecor back to retrieve in the far corner. Pecor will carry up to Farley. Farley gets his pocket picked. Cougar now for Farley. Farley makes a nice move into the middle. Another nice move. He keeps it on his stick. Fights through the poke checks. Throws it out front. Oh, but just can't quite get there. And 33 will come back with it. Miller back checking hard. You stay on him. There he does. Nice poke check. Let's stay in our positions, boys. Stay in our positions. Don't chase. Don't chase.
Get there!
Looks like we're a little confused. Running a little slow here. Pecor out to stop. Does it? It does. But still a little bit of gun shy there. And just fighting to get possession of this puck. Let's just clear it out of the zone. Big collision right at the blue line. Pecor blocks that. Can't quite keep it in. Here we go. Farley's going to pick that up and carry it into open ice.
Hands high!
And the Flowmingos will clear that. Back up for Farley. Farley will get some speed into the zone here. Makes a nice move to the middle. Move around, guys. Move around. And here comes 33. We got to get back. Really tired legs. Picked up by Forcia. Forcia will carry it through. Makes a move to Pecor. Pecor not ready. And cleared. Pecor is going to go for a change. He's absolutely gassed. And Forcia will play that from behind our own net. Makes a nice little stop. Great move. But, you know, come on, guys. Yeah, we'll get an icing call on that. Get a fresh line out here.
2 seconds.
Well, 2 seconds till the end of the period. Let's just tie up on this face-off and go to the period with the lead. Is it 4-2? 3-2. 3-2. Face-off won. Looks like by the Berries, but do a good job at keeping that puck out of Ryan's face, and we'll go to the second intermission. All right, here we go. All right, Berries are going to start this one with the lead. Meyer picks it up in the neutral, is going to carry it in, throws it towards the net, and caught by the goalie. We'll get a whistle. I think the goal here is to just throw as many pucks on net as possible. Just go after it. Won by the Berries, thrown up to the D. Kruger with a nice shot. Oh, man, great shot. Good opportunity. Going up the boards, and the Berries will regroup over to Forcia. Forcia, dump it back down in deep, and here we go. Go get it, Will. Go get it, Will. We've got to keep our feet moving on this. Looks like the kids are tired. I know they're tired. Yeah, having a hard time moving our feet. Coaches are yelling over at the bench, skate, skate. So we're just throwing it up the boards. Never the play you want to make, and that's deflected out of play, and we'll get a face off. Yeah. We'll get a line change. Face off won by the Berries, but then thrown back down into the middle. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wow. Almost had an easy one put in on us where we should have just stayed out front. Face off won by the Berries. Up to Joey Todd. Joey will skate that in. Looking to go wide. Tries to make a move and pushed off his stick. He plays it up to Kruger. Kruger will play it back down to Joey. Joey will try to throw it out front, but that's blocked. Over for Christensen. Christensen tries to make a play, and White will keep that in. But Flowmingos come away with it. Norberg with a nice poke check. Graydon up for Joey. Joey with an opportunity. Oh, just high. Just high. Now White will carry that out high to the defensive end. Here we go. He throws it back down in deep. Now here goes Todd and Pecor. Pecor will play that off the half wall. Come on, get in there, kid. Get in there, kid. Flowmingos are just going to try to ice that puck. We'll get a line change. And Forcia will skate that out. Here we go. I just can't even tell you how upset I am right now at this moment. This is unbelievable to me that we're having this discussion where it happened right in front of the referee and they're not calling it. Miller back into the corner to battle for it. Played down into the corner. Farley tries to throw it out front for Pecor. Pecor tries to one-time it in. And Schmidt will intercept that pass. Schmidt battles through two players to get back in. Another offsides by a mile, and the ref didn't call it.
Yes.
Throwing out front, Pecor will play it from behind the net. Tries to throw it out front. I don't understand. Come on, kid. Take your time. And played back through neutral for Schmidt. Schmidt up to Dushinsky. Dushinsky up to Meyer. Meyer in. Meyer will skate wide. Throws it just wide of the net. Down into the far corner for Brott. Brott will throw it back down into the corner for Dushinsky. Dushinsky plays it out at the front. And nobody there. And picked off by Meyer, who will throw it back down in deep. Dushinsky there to intercept, throw it in by Meyer. Meyer picks it up with the half ball, makes a move around the first Flowmingo, another move, throws it in and deflects it out and play. What a good opportunity for Will. And we'll get another line change. So we'll have Norberg and Kruger with White, Todd, and Christensen play down into the near corner. Todd will play that back behind the net. Christensen will go retrieve. Christensen throws it out front, nobody home. And Flowmingos will come away with it. Flowmingos get their pocket pick. Christensen loses an edge. And White will try to play that through, and they do. We got a 3-1 for White. Nice move by Maverick. Maverick sends it up high. And the Berries will go up 4-2. On a nice goal by Maverick. Picks the short side high. I think we're going to start seeing some of the wheels come off of this team soon. So I'm a little bit nervous about the cheap play that could happen.
10 minutes.
Yeah. Here we go. Flowmingos will dump it down in deep. Norberg's there to retrieve. Up the wall. Battling. Thrown back behind the net for Kruger. Kruger will play that up the wall. Farley will pick that up. And need a little bit of help. Norberg works hard to clear it out, and he does for Pecor. Pecor to Farley. Farley carries it around, throws it wide. Pecor trying to back check, just doesn't have the wheels to get there. Come on, Pecor, you got to go. Pecor will just send that down for an ice. Not much gas in the tank for anybody. Championship Sunday. Face-off won by the Berries. Caught up in the referee's skates. Dushinsky will carry that out. Good job. Up to Meyer. Meyer throws it in deep, and we're going to go to work. Dushinsky there. Throwing up the boards. And, man, Schmidt takes a big hit, but keeps it in. And here we go. Flowmingos coming back the other way. Blocked by Meyer. Kept in by Forcia. Oh, boy. And blocked by the goalie and covered. Face-off won by the Berries. Goes just around Forcia, and now a one-on-one situation with this number 33. And Schmidt does a nice pocket pick and back to White. And that's out. And so they actually called that one that time. I don't even know how he saw that since he was down by the goal line. With his own face-off. White wins that face-off for us. And played back into the defensive zone for the Berries. Thrown down into the far corner, and Schmidt will be there to pick it up and carry off the boards. Almost gets it around, thrown into the middle. Forcia there, gets bumped off the puck. Todd there. And now thrown back into the near corner. Forcia throws it back up to Todd, back up to White. Todd will try to play that off the boards, but can't quite get there. Come on, guys. Let's pick up this puck and carry it. Christensen will pick that up, throw it up to White. Maverick gets a breakaway. Another ball by Maverick White. Puts us up 5-2. Yeah.
Great pass, Brayden!
Work harder, not smarter.
Yeah.
Work smarter, not harder. Let's keep that pass going.
Good, Norbert.
Face off won by the Flowmingos, but carried up by Kruger. A lot of hacking going on now. Down into the far corner for Farley. Over the near wall, far wall. Flowmingos will carry it out, but that's intercepted by Norberg. Norberg will just send that back down in deep. Caught by Miller. Come on, Pecor. Start playing. Norberg breaks up that play. Pecor playing down into the corner. I mean, I like the D, but he's a wing, so he should be out high. Here comes Kruger. Kruger will play that out. And Berries will go pursue. Pecor, no. Miller. Farley. Farley up the wall to Kruger. Oh boy, got lucky there. Got really lucky there. Flowmingos throw up the wall. Pecor throws it on net. Out high to the D. Norberg. Quick shot. Just whiffs on it. Stay in the middle. Dude, if this referee doesn't start calling something, I'm going to take this mic off and go jump the glass because I'm getting real tired of these kids just manhandling ours. So a great defensive stand by the Berries on that last series. Ryan lost his stick.
Takes his D stick.
They just wanted me ready to play. They were like, "Take my stick."
Face off won by the Berries. Thrown up to Meyer. Meyer's got wheels. Can he beat him? Meyer through the legs. Tries to throw a short angle shot, but played behind the net. Now played out of the near corner. Meyer will give pressure back over to the far corner for Jushinsky. Jushinsky just protecting the puck. Out to Meyer. Meyer will, nobody there. Meyer just has open season on this goalie. Nobody even pressuring him. Flowmingos will try to center that up to high, but that does get through. Good stick lift by Schmidt. Stay on him, stay on his hip, stay on his hip. Thrown in the slot. Now here we go. Here comes Schmidt through the center. Now here we go. Schmidt with a shot. Oh, it tries to center it. That was a good opportunity for Colin. Back out to the middle. Blocked by the Flowmingos and then back out through neutral. Garcia looks to stay in the middle. Good job. Good stick check by Caden. Thrown up around for Christensen. Christensen will just jump that out there. Good job, Braden. Good job, Braden. Thrown back out on net into the far corner. And Flowmingos will get a change. Here comes Kruger. Oh, that's Joey Todd. Sorry. Kind of a size difference there. Good D. Good D. Keep it up, kids. Oh, just can't quite get a stick on. Almost had a breakaway there. Throwing to the middle, but Joey Todd or Connor doing a great job at playing D, getting in that kid's way. And right on net, but covered by Ryan. So we'll get a whistle. Now we'll get another line change. Short shifts for these guys. Face off one by the Flowmingos. And everyone's getting out of the way of that kid's shot. Yeah, there we go. Stay home, Oliver.
Good job, Connor.
Get it out! Not the middle!
Good job, go. Yeah! Go, buddy.
This kid is just getting absolutely mangled. Score! intercepted by Kruger. Pushed down from behind. I can't even believe what I'm seeing. This is so obvious.
Get it, Torres!
Go in, Don!
Pecor will give pressure. These guys are so tired. And played back for Kruger. Kruger will come out from behind the net, and he'll just try to ice that puck straight down. And he does get a goal. That's going to do it. Empty net goal for Connor Kruger. That pretty much seals the deal right there. Berries just have to play good D here, pass it around, and just keep it out of our own end. And great regroup to Yashinsky. Yashinsky throws it to Meyer. Doesn't get through, though. Let's just watch the physical play now.
Come on, he's charging him! Keep it rolling!
Love to see that. The problem with referees not calling is it starts to get out of hand, and then someone's going to get hurt. Yeah, I mean, this is getting ridiculous. Call it. You can't do that. Well, whatever, it's a penalty. So here we go. Flowmingos up through center. Intercepted by Schmidt. Schmidt will battle for it, and then Forcia losing sight of the puck. Now Meyer back into the far corner to play it. Battling for the puck here, right in the slot. Picked up by Berries, and now Berries will carry it out. Dushinsky will just clear that, and they're going to get a line change. Back to White. White will play that, and he'll just take some time off the clock. He'll play that over to Norberg. Norberg makes a nice move through the middle, but gets his pocket picked. Good stick check by Kruger, and played back into the far corner. Centered out front, and now covered by Ryan. We'll get a quick line change. Face-off won by Berries. Over to Kruger. Kruger will just clear that out softly, and Berries will go to work. Going out of zone now for number 33.
Hey, Torres!
Get up on it.
Come on. Played into the neutral. Flowmingos have it. They'll regroup, but can't quite keep it possession, and Kruger will just send that back up the boards. Now Pecor to retrieve. 20 seconds left. Flowmingos enter the zone. Number 33 tries to center it, but just skips the stick of the other player. And now that'll do it.
Usually it's Molly down there. They get hats. Another hat. Another hat. Wrong.